Speaking of amazing stories, and we've got 2.5 hours, so we've got lots of time to get through the stuff we need to get through, Gary.
Half a day.
Last night, Bill Brownless broke an unbelievable story.
I think this is extraordinary, and I think in terms of Walkley Awards and AFL Media Awards, for instance, Bill has put himself in the frame without even knowing it. And how you could claim it as an exclusive 24 hours later is beyond me, Channel 7. Anyway, what he said last night was that Billy Smedts and Josh Caddy, he said this conversationally, Bill. He didn't really know how big a story it was.
He wasn't sure.
We were playing a joke on Jackson Thurlow, so got in some balaclavas and went round, knocked on his door, what they thought was his door, Duke. Went to the wrong house, it turns out. And someone saw them, rang the police. They were sort of laughing, running off. Got pulled over by the police and had guns pulled on them. Get on the ground.
That's it.
And old Billy Smedts and Josh Caddy sort of looked at the cops and thought, oh, the boys have cranked us up here. So they said, oh, good one, boys. Get on the ground! It took a while for the penny to drop, Chief. And eventually they did. And they've been very apologetic. I think this morning in the Geelong Advertiser, they apologised. I guess that's an exclusive.
Well, they had a senior detective visit the club
Hey, they were dark.
They
were officially cautioned. Happened Wednesday night, and Bill was all over it.
Yeah, whilst we can see the funny side of it, I mean, the police have got plenty of better things to be doing than chasing pranksters around like that.
Bit of moral high ground from Chief.
No, I'm just saying you can understand why the police would be a little
we don't want blokes running around willy-nilly, Chief, in balaclavas, knocking on doors. You're right. But had they got the right door, it might have been funny.
Well, but they didn't.
Let's be honest, not uncommon antics at a footy club, that sort of behaviour.
But it spilled over into
society,
in the community. Yeah,
that's right. And the more amazing thing was Bill Brownless broke the story.
Well, Chief, it would have happened at Hawthorn.
Well, there were pranks played, Jim, at different stages. These things happen.
Did you or did you not have a similar thing happen?
You want me to tell the story?
Yes, please.
Well, I wasn't involved, can I just say that?
Yes, you were.
But we did have a player at the club by the name of Richard Taylor, who a few of the boys, notably led by Heave, Mark Graham, who always wanted to play practical jokes on him. So they would ambush him everywhere. They would jump out of bushes. They hid in his car one time and jumped up out of the back seat while he was driving.
Oh, that's scary.
Well, he turned around to fight them while the car was still rolling. Yeah, because he's mad as he's got small man syndrome as well.
I know.
You know, Tails, he's a ripper. So, but they're things that the boys do. But you've got to keep it amongst the boys. You can't let it spill over, Jim.
Well,
I thought you were going to tell a story where you got a gun pulled on you.
No.
In Miami. Tell us that one.
Tell us that one, Chief.
I never had a gun pulled on me.
Don't shoot the fat one was the quote.
That's right.
You were in a cell, weren't you?
No, I never was in a cell.
Yeah, well,
that story is such a great story. Don't destroy it for us.
Come on,
it's been told 1,000 times.
Well, one more time.
No,
it's appropriate now.
No, it's not.
On the back of Billy's...
It is not.
I'll tell it then.
Chief,
Chief was in Miami with a whole bunch of mates, and they were just being rat bags in the street.
No, you got it wrong already.
Okay, tell your
own
own
story
then,
Chief.
I'll just keep telling. I don't care if it's wrong.
Well, then I'll be consulting my lawyers.
The guts of it was they were down a laneway. The cops had barrelled them up. It was Chief and a whole group of other ones, and they had a gun pulled on.
Hawthorn
players. Yeah. And Yabby Jeans, the absolute doyen of coaches, wandered in, who was a former police sergeant himself, of course, who wandered over while the cops had the Chief and his group in their sights. And Yabby looked at it and just took a deep breath and said, "Okay, I can't do Yabby. Just don't shoot the fat one."
Were you the only one,
Chief?
Is true story, that's close to the mark.
Were you the only one he didn't want shot?
Well, he actually said you can shoot him, and him, but don't shoot the fat bloke. I need him. So at least I knew my coach loved me then, Jim.
What was the company you're in, Chief? Who was around you at the time?
Condon was there, Anthony Condon.
He was expendable.
He put a couple of rounds in. Greg Madigan.
Big mad
dog. Doggy.
I think Jenks was the other one. Ray Jenke.
Oh, he must have already had his premiership medallions, Jenks.
What had you done, Chief? What did you do?
Well, we had walked from a taxi, and to cut a long story short, I'd paid for about 3 cabs in a row, and I said to the blokes, I don't care who gets this cab, but I'm not getting it because I've got the last 3.
You've done a run.
It was like the 3 of them were being told. We actually didn't do it. I just got out and casually walked away. Yep. So did the other 3.
Jumped the cab.
Well, that's it, Gary.
It's not jumping it.
And this is, as I say, it's not unusual at footy clubs. I know.
Back in the 80s, unacceptable behaviour, and we were rightfully disciplined for our behaviour.
I know at the Warrnambool races that Darren Crocker was in a transportable toilet.
Your assistant coach.
Assistant coach now. He was just doing the business in a toilet. And a few of his North Melbourne teammates have realised he was in there. And they've gone and shaken it up and then tipped it on its side and rolled it down a hill, only to find it actually wasn't Croc in there. He was in the next one. It was just some poor punter at the Warrnambool races. Croc's walked out of the next one and gone, "What are you idiots laughing at?" And they've gone, "Oh,
bolted.
We thought you were in there."
They all bolt?
They just took off. So they got it out of the holster and actually had it ready to go.
That's the version of events we got last night.
Because that's pretty severe.
There's been nothing,
is it not?
Today, and it's been covered everywhere. Media.
It is severe, but the blokes had balaclavas on.
They thought the police were joking, Jim. That's the other thing. So they could have easily said, "Well, yeah, watch me run now."
Oh.
They might have copped one in the back of the hamstring.
Lucky it wasn't
out Smedts.
Shot. How good would that look on?
When the Glock comes out of the holster, Gary, you do as you're told, I would have thought.
And as you know, JB, in Queens, in New York, they just don't
40
even think
a day.
Twice.
40 people shot a day in the borough of Queens. A day, Duke.
That is extraordinary.